Welcome to the bike show.
Why are you whispering?
Shh, Donovan, have some respect for the creator. This is a working art studio, man.
Why are we in an art studio?
I don't really know. Harry told us to be here.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Are you supposed to whisper?
No, you're sorry, not quite so much.
Oh, okay.
But gentlemen, I'd like to show you something.
It's a wonderful painting.
It's a painting, it's a work of art, but it's not quite as simple as that.
Oh?
What the artist has done, he's taken a Rembrandt painting from the late 1670s and he's reimagined it using modern and slightly controversial subject matter and modern characters. But he's maintained an authentic look. Now, I can see you're confused, but think about the modern cafe racer.
Bikes. Talking about bikes.
Yeah, you're comfortable now, aren't you? Yeah. So it's authentic looking, but there are modern features within the sort of framework of the authenticity of the look. But is there not a chance, is there not an opportunity here for the cafe racer to fully move into the 21st century and be a modern sculpture? Can a motorcycle be a work of art?
I still don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, why are we here again?
Gentlemen, I give you the Husqvarna Vitpilen 701. This is a work of art.
I've ridden one of those. I'm pretty sure it was a motorcycle.
It's a work of art.
It is very good looking, but I'm interested, who suddenly gave you the authority to determine whether it's a work of art or not?
Well, funnily enough, I have an artist to tell us that.
Oh.
This really is the cafe racer brought right up to date, even futuristic. The looks could be described as controversial, but only because they are so far ahead of the curve. Live with them for a while, and they grow on you, and suddenly everything else is looking really old-fashioned. There's nothing old-fashioned about the performance, however. A 693cc single-cylinder engine might sound a bit underwhelming until you remember it's the engine out of the KTM 690 Duke. 71 brake horsepower, 70 newton meters of torque, twin balancer shafts to make it totally smooth, pushing along an all-up weight of 164 kilograms. It's a flyweight packing a heavyweight punch, and it is ridiculous fun around town. Light, nimble, super punchy performance. Having said that, it feels so unstressed on the highway that you're often going much faster than you think, although wind protection is absolutely nil. A single front disc is not what you would expect to find, but the equipment is all top-drawer stuff, and with the light weight of the bike, is plenty strong enough. Suspension is WP front and back and fully adjustable, and the quick shifter and auto blipper invite completely unnecessary gear changes. For once, the standard exhaust looks and sounds good. But you just can't get away from those looks. It's so unconventional, yet it works. It's completely distinctive, and every detail, and there are a lot of them, work perfectly with every other detail. The more you look, the more you see, the more you like. It turns heads like no other bike. About the only thing the Vitpilen has in common with the traditional cafe racer is the riding position. Bum well back, arms outstretched to the low set clip-ons. It's quite extreme, but then isn't the whole bike. You might be wondering how Yule, as an artist, is qualified to talk about a motorbike. Well, given that his daily ride is a Ducati Monster S4, I think that speaks for itself. So Yule, you're wearing your motorcyclist hat first.
Yeah.
Is it a good bike?
Yes, it is. It's a lovely bike.
Is it?
I like it a lot.
As an urban tool, obviously, it's fantastic. I mean, out on the open road, it's got the power.
It's all of those things. It's quick, it's nimble, it's light, maneuverable, and for around town, I don't know what else you would want.
Riding position, quite extreme.
I don't find that for me. I can see why you would say that, but I find it very comfortable. I find the seat hard, but it's not a long-distance rider. I'm comfortable. The riding position for me is comfortable, and I don't feel like a lollipop because I'm tall.
This is the thing, we are both tall, and it is a small bike.
Yeah.
Compared to the Monster, okay, yours is a 2002 model, so
yeah.
it's a bit of that previous generation, but it is essentially a modern cafe racer.
Yeah.
This is also a modern cafe racer, and I mean, less power, but it's still punchy enough, isn't it?
It's plenty punchy. I mean, on the ride, you want to get out of the way of everything. It's quick to do it. It's quick response. And the gearing with the quick shift. I mean, it
just
takes some getting used to. What a pleasure.
It's a joy around town.
It's one of those things where you drive an old car because you love it and it's beautiful, and then you get into a new car and you say, can I not put all that old stuff, all the new stuff into my old stuff? But this has got that old school look, or that old style
feel
but
to
tweaked.
it.
Yeah, but tweaked, so it's modern. It's not old, it's modern, but it's, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, let's put your artist hat on. It is...
On, right.
There you go. Do you want to pick up your coffee cup as well, maybe?
Yes.
Ah, there we go.
Ah.
I mean, it looks so different to anything else on the road. Can a motorcycle be a work of art?
Absolutely. Definitely it can. I mean, art's point is to be art alone, but things have changed. There's a lot of design lines and things on this bike that, for me, it is art. It's beautiful. The first time I first looked at the bike, I just thought about the anime cartoon. It's modern. They've always got the two things juxtaposing, the old with the modern.
Yes.
And that's what it has.
This is the modern with the modern.
Beautiful lines, just these little elements. It's clean and it's light. I think it's really nice.
And I mean, can a practical...
I'd park this in the gallery.
Would you?
For sure.
Put a price tag on it, I'm sure, as
Oh,
well. Oh, yeah. I mean, can a practical, usable vehicle be a work of art? Can art be something that's practical and usable?
Look, I mean, from my experience, the other bike that I ride is known as the Disco Ball. It's a Vespa. It's a moving sculpture. It's an art piece. People look at it as an art piece. People, most of the time, don't believe that I even ride it because it looks like it's a sculpture. But I mean, I've ridden it to Cape Town, to Mozambique, Swaziland, so it can be both.
Talking of your mirror ball as a work of art, I've not had as much public reaction as on any other bike as on this. People stop and look at this.
Absolutely, yeah. I noticed even on the ride, you pull up to a traffic lights and the cars are like, wow, what is that? You can see there's a bit of a marvel of this new interesting thing on the road.
Yeah. So there you have it.
It does look futuristic.
It does. It is very futuristic.
Yeah.
So there you have it. A practical motorcycle can be a work of art, and you don't just need to take my word for it. You can take Yule's word for it as well. Thanks for letting us use your studio today. If you don't want to see Yule's studio, come to the Corner Cafe in Craighall. Yule's studio is just behind it. And we'll be taking that away now. You're not keeping it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting indeed, I have to admit. Look, Yule and Harry have just about convinced me that this motorbike is art. But as Don said, it's still a motorcycle. And, well, to me, it looks like a super single in a way. I used to race those things many years ago. So I just had to come to my local back roads and give it a bit of a proper check out. Ask your dad if you don't know what a super single is. It used to be a racing class, a pure kind of racing with lightweight bikes and engines and frames mixed and matched from anywhere and everywhere. Not much power, but physics-defying handling was the result. Really low down, the engine can feel a little bit lumpy, but it's a single, so no surprise there, really. The surprise does come when you pile on the revs and it becomes so smooth you could almost believe it's a twin. The 701 feels so amazingly sprightly because it weighs less than KTM's 390 Duke, but has got near as, damn it, twice the power. I love bikes that encourage you to thrash them, and this is most definitely one of those bikes. No need to slow down for sweepers because it handles really properly. At least as well as those specialist super singles I used to race way back in the 20th century. You know what? I'm glad I did that. I already knew it was a good bike. I've ridden it around town, but it had to be brought out here. And I tell you what, it really is. It's like a road legal version of a Ducati Super Mono. It's a proper special piece of kit. Highlights, handling. It's so light and flickable, you cannot believe. Suspension, which could have been hard and horrible, is in fact really plush. Any weak points? Yes, the brakes. Single front brake disc, which isn't always a problem, but on this, it's a little bit mushy. And a couple of times, well, it feels like the brakes on that thing, to be honest. So, yeah, if I was going to upgrade anything, it would just be the brakes. Otherwise, very slightly expensive, I think, but, hey, when you're buying a piece of art, you got to pay, haven't you?